Okay, so the use of BIDMAS or brackets, indices, division and so on in maths questions is generally forgotten by many students outside the actual maths lesson. So just to run through the basic rules, top priority will be brackets, introduced in year 8. Second highest priority is indices or powers, power of 2, power of 3 being the most popular. Division and multiplication, the D and M of BIDMAS, actually have equal priority, and if they are both in the same question, we would deal with them as we read through from left to right. The same applies to addition and subtraction. They're of equal priority and we would deal with them as we see them. So you wouldn't go through a question and work out an addition if it was further to the right across the page than a subtraction. You just run through them as a running total as you would do in mental maths. So the examples here on the left hand side of the page are for year 7. BIDMAS tells us that multiplication must be done before any addition. So 7 threes being 21. I have 5 plus 21, which is 26. 4 twos are 8. Must be completed before we do any addition or subtraction. 20 take away 8 makes 12. 7 multiplied by 3 doesn't take priority because we're dealing with division and multiplication. So 63 divided by 7 equals 9. 9 multiplied by 3 makes 27. Division has priority again. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. 18 plus 2 makes 20. Both multiplications have equal priority, but they outrank the subtraction. So first one, 5 20s make 100. Second one, 7 5s make 35. And then we have to complete a subtraction, 65. Again, multiplication and division are equally important. So how many 9s in 63? 7. There's the subtract 7. Then there's an addition of 15 times 2. 30. 7 subtract 7 is 0. Plus 30 makes 30. Running through the question from left to right. The introduction of brackets supersedes the rule for the third line and the fourth line of BIDMAS. So as soon as I see a bracket, that has to be completed first. Even though it's an addition, the bracket takes priority. So 7 divided by 2, 3.5. So starting with the bracket, 5 take away 2 gives me 3. 9 multiplied by 3 plus 13. The multiplication is now the most important part. So 9 threes are 27 plus 13, which gives us 40. Having more than one bracket means they have equal priority. This has to be completed. This has to be completed, both before the division. 18 take away 3 gives me 15. They will be divided by 3. 25 divided by 5 gives me 5. Division has priority over addition. So 15 shared by 3 is 5, giving me a final answer of 10. The final step is to look at the power work. Power work has to be done after any bracket work. So the first thing that I need to do is 6 plus 7, which is 13. 13 squared is then 169. No brackets means that the power now takes priority. 6 squared is 36, divided by 4 plus 3. Division takes priority. 36 divided by 4 equals 9, plus 3, which is 12. Having a combination of all the BIDMAS rules in one question, we start first with the bracket, 6 take away 2, which is 4. 25 minus 3 squared plus 4 cubed. Looking at the powers of the second level, we have a square and a cubed, which then gives us, just move them down out of the way, which then gives us 25 minus 3 threes, which are 9, plus 4 times 4 multiplied by 4 again, which is 64. 25 take away 9 is 16. 16 plus 64 equals 80. Running through the subtraction and addition from left to right. This time the power is inside the bracket. This means that we are going to be doing that first, because the bracket takes priority, and this is inside the bracket, so it takes priority over the subtraction. So 10 squared gives me 100, which I will be taking away, subtracting 15 from in a moment, and then dealing with the rest of the question. So 100 take away 15 is 85. And now when I look at the question again, I can see I've got a division. 85 divided by 5 gives me 17. And the very last thing is to add on that 20. And in this very last question, there is no bracket. The power will be done first. The multiplications will be done second. And the addition done last.